Hi, and welcome to Spinal Life Takeaways. These are bite-sized segments jam-packed full of information, delivered to you either at home or on the go. We want to be able to provide you with fast food for thought, provided by knowledgeable and experienced staff at Spinal Life Australia, just to give you a taste of what's out there and what we can do for you. So let's dig in. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about low-level assistive technology. And we have with us a special guest today, Assistive Technology Mentor, Joz Stocker from Spinal Life Australia. Welcome.
Thanks, Tim. It's great to be here. It's such an exciting topic.
It is. And so just on the topic, just explain to us, what is low-level assistive technology?
Anything that you can imagine that gives you greater independence.
That's a broad topic, right? That's a big broad thing.
Is.
And so for the sake of today's takeaway, we're going to be talking about home automation, low-level assistive technology. What does that mean for you?
Could mean that I've got a school right beside my bedroom window and perhaps I need some privacy. So being able to say, hey Google, open the blinds or close the blinds at appropriate times is a game changer, and I don't need an individual there to perform that task.
Yeah, so we think about the home situation in itself. Basically everywhere you look around the house, there are things that people with certain levels of disability need help with. Yeah. And today's technology has come so far that we now have devices and different types of technological types of equipment that can help us perform certain tasks. Is that right?
Some really low-cost items that probably make humans, we're less dependent on other humans, I guess is a better case scenario, in that it gives us choice as people with disabilities when we might choose to open or close blinds, or we might ask Google what the weather is, or we might ask it to turn the light on or turn the light off when you get to bed after doing multiple transfers and don't want to do another one today because I've done 5 too many. So giving us that choice is just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
For very low cost items.
Sure, yeah, that's fantastic. And so today we're going to talk about some of the particular pieces of technology that are available out in the community, how it's important to get the right advice about those pieces of technology, and how to be able to use them, how they can be installed. And so I'm excited to get into some of the products that you've got here to show as examples. So there would be hundreds, if not thousands, of products out there in the community that we could talk about today. But you've brought in just a couple of, you've got some show and tell.
Absolutely.
I love it. So what do you have with us to be able to show case what some of these low-level assistive technology pieces are?
For anyone that's got broadband at home or high-speed internet, it's very affordable because you can have a Google Nest or the alternative, and there are lots of alternatives. Alexa is another, but I just want to really talk about the products and what they enable you to do. So I can talk to my magic Google device, my Google Hub there, and tell it to do anything verbally.
Right.
Could be programmed via an app on my phone to also assist, but that, if you like, is the driver of all the AT that you might use in home automation if that was the system that was recommended to be compatible.
And what are some of the things that Google Nest can control around the house?
Yeah, so we talked about lighting earlier. So I could say, hey Google, turn off the bedroom lamp, turn off the dining room lamp, turn the TV on. All of those things where the switches, of course, are always located down behind the appliance, low on the wall, that become difficult. However, this is a game changer. Yeah.
Love it. And I know that some appliances we have around the house are basically, as you said, a plug into the wall job. Is there a particular product that can turn any electrical appliance into a controlled device through a Google Nest?
Absolutely. Again, depending on what products you're using, i.e. what type of mobile, there's what they call smart plugs. So a smart plug will turn any standard light, any standard 240 appliance into a smart appliance, like, hey Google, turn on the light. So that Bluetooths back to Google, and then it will then follow your instructions. Obviously, you've got to call it the same name consistently, otherwise it won't work as you want it to work.
Do you know, that would be really helpful for me. I have a bug catcher at home, and the power point's up on the roof, and the only way I can turn that on is with a really long handled broom. And so for me, a plug like that, you're saying that a plug like that I can put into that bug catcher and then connect it up to the app. Yep.
Depending on which brand you buy, depending on what you're driving that with, so what type of app you can place on your mobile phone, and to make that work, we're talking between $30 and $40.
Wow.
And you know, there's great improved independence.
Yeah. I can think about a dozen appliances that I've got at home that I could already plug into something like that.
Absolutely.
What about other types of situations like, I've seen a lot of them around at the moment, security and front doorbells. There's been a huge advance in technology around that. I know that in my own home, when someone like the postman or someone visiting rings the doorbell and I'm at the back of the house and I can't yell out, coming, are there devices and technology that can help us out in that?
I think most people have heard about video doorbells, and that's a game changer for people that perhaps are spending time on bed rest, or as you said, in the bathroom or wherever, can't get to the door in a timely manner. I've seen a whole array of notes, I'll be there soon, please wait, and that's pretty old school. But a couple of $100 you can have a video doorbell, which also acts as kind of a little bit of security because it detects movement.
Yes.
So, if it's a stranger and you don't recognise the face, that's often helpful to know. But if it's the postman, you see the Australia Post logo on his shirt, and you can give him verbal instructions as to perhaps, wait for you to come, or if you've got a sign for something, or
leave it at the
door,
or
door. So that parcel doesn't go back to the post office. You don't have to send someone to collect it. It's a real game changer for people. There's no reason that people with disabilities really need to miss that doorbell anymore.
And once again, you link
that runs again from an app on their mobile phone.
On your phone. I was going to ask that. Yep, that runs through your phone. And that's Apple or Android, I'm assuming they have the different apps.
Yep.
That's great. What wonderful products to be able to help us in our home that are at that low level assistive technology type of field. Yeah. So Joss, we have all these wonderful products here. And I do see them in the shops when I go down to the local shopping centre, and I see them there on the shelves. What if I don't know exactly what to buy and what's suitable for my house and my appliances? What kind of advice and who do I go to be able to find out what's best for me?
So that's a great question, Tim. And obviously my role here at Spinal Life Australia is as an Assistive Technology Mentor, and that's exactly the guidance and support that I can give you. So the information, so you make informed decisions about the products that are going to work for you. So take into consideration, what do you have Wi-Fi at home to begin with? Obviously these products are not going to work at home, but there are alternatives if you don't have Wi-Fi. And there are, depending on whether you have an Android or an EOS device, would depend on what devices are compatible. But I can give you all of that information. I can give you the cost breakdown of what items cost, where to go, and further information.
That's fantastic. And then what about possibly the installation of these types of devices? I know that maybe with the video doorbells, for instance, you know, they need to be placed in a certain spot near the front door and things like that. What if I don't have the ability to actually install that myself? Can I get a hand with that?
Absolutely. That's obviously the biggest failure of AT to date, and a lot of services don't provide, or a lot of organisations don't provide an install service. We certainly provide more than that, and that's the critical difference. We'll send someone out to your home or arrange a technician to come out and install the product.
Yeah.
But actually teach you how to use it.
Oh.
And that's the key bit, because a lot of people will get an app on their phone and then don't know, oh, it's not working, I'm telling it to do all these things, it's not working. So someone that could kind of, you know, just step you through that process and troubleshoot is the difference between working or not working ever, and that staying on the shelf.
I think that's so important, that type of service, to be able to get the right advice about what product we want, because we don't just need another piece of equipment sitting in a drawer that we don't end up using. We want it to be practical and useful and have bang for our buck. But then the ability to be able to learn how to use it and make sure that it's installed properly so that it does its job and that it lasts a long time. So that's fantastic to know that yourself and the other team here with the assistive technology guys can come out and install and provide us with that wonderful service. That's
just
great.
Knowing you've got to change a battery every so often and doing all those types of things is really critical to making sure that those products keep working for you.
I love it. It's enhancing our independence. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Thanks so much. I think these few products and the examples you've shown us are fantastic. And as I said, we could have talked about so many more. And the wonderful thing is that these products are available just in your generic stores down at your shopping centres and things. They are mainstream items. They're not necessarily disability specific, and we have to wait 6 weeks and the prices are marked up and things like that. That's why they're called low level assistive technology, right?
Precisely.
So where to from here? What if I want these items? What do I do? Who do I go to get the advice that I need?
Well, let's talk about the process. That'll probably give people a better understanding of what that looks like. So you'd contact our customer engagement team. From there, they would they'd book a time that's going to suit you to either come here to the Brisbane headquarters. We've got an assistive technology room. There's all kinds of gadgets on display there that you can have a look at.
I've seen it, it's fantastic.
It's just great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there. It's not limited to what's there. It's specifically, we then have a conversation about what your needs are, what your goals are, and how we can help you to build on those to create improved independence. I'd then give you a list following that appointment with all the product information on it. You're then going to make that informed decision about which brand, which product that's going to work for you and what you'd like. Our customer engagement team can arrange appointments either face-to-face or using telehealth for people that are regional, that travel might be an issue.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, especially if you can't get in to see the assistive technology room, but you do live abroad from us, but still want the same information and the same advice.
Absolutely, your needs are still going to be, or your goals are still going to be to improve your independence, and I absolutely totally understand that, and it's very achievable. So
get in touch with our customer engagement team to find out more about low-level assistive technology. Please feel free to join us on our Facebook Q&A event, where our wonderful guest today, Josh Stocker, will be online to answer any of your questions. Josh, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing all of your wonderful knowledge and insights around assistive technology.
Thanks, Tim. I hope everyone's found that they might have learned something new or where to go to. So I really looking forward to answering some of your can I or can I not questions. So please feel free to ask away.